Hello, this is H.C. Bailey, and welcome to my first live blog video. My dad got me a blog camera thing, Sony Bloggy, whatever it is. It does HD. So he got me that, and I figured, well, I'll make a video for you guys. It's a nice little New Year's celebration video. Sorry I don't look so great today. I got the 5 o'clock shadow already, but, well, nuts to that. And if I sound a little different, it's because I'm running off the microphone, off the camera there instead of the microphone I use to record my videos. So, that's why I sound a little different. I thought I'd just make a video, talk about some things I'm working on with the videos, my upcoming Final Fantasy IV project. I've gotten a lot of questions about that, so I figured, I'll address some of the questions that you've been asking. H.C. Bailey, why are you making an LP for a game that you've already made an LP for? And, the reason is because, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I'm playing a new version of the game, and I've learned a lot about making videos since I first started making them, obviously. Final Fantasy IV is my technically my third LP that I made, but still one of my very earliest LPs. I didn't really know that much about video editing, or I didn't really do much research. I had some notes that I made, but I'd played the game like 20 times before, so I figured, I know the game well enough, so I didn't really do much with it. But now we have access to the algorithms of the game. Someone was kind enough to do that research, not for me, but they did it, and I'm using it, so to my advantage. So a lot of the strategies are going to be different. And also, it's my favorite game of all time, so I think the game deserves better, and I think a full replay LP is in order. And also, I've refined my testing process. I've played the game several times more since then. I've probably played the game like 30 times almost by now. So, I just really love the game that much. So I want to do a full redo. I think the game just really deserves better. H.E. Bailey, since you're going to be playing the PSP version, are you going to LP the interlude and the after years that came along with it? And, that's a two-part question. I'd say, yes and no. Yes, I do want to LP them, but I'm not going to do it immediately, or maybe not, immediately after Final Fantasy IV. If I were to LP them, I'd probably do that as a side LP project. A lot because I have... There's the challenge dungeons that are in the game that I do want to show off and raid to get all the items and such from that. But that can take a while, and I don't want to... If I made it into a main Let's Play series, I wouldn't want to be making a video every single day for it, because I would have to spend 5 or 6 hours, or however long, raiding these dungeons to get all the items from it. So, nah. I'll do it, but I'd do it as a side LP, then take a couple days off and spread out the raiding, so I'm not spending 5 or 6 hours working just to keep cranking out the videos. I want to do them at my own pace, because, that's the most important thing to me, that I'm having fun with the videos. So, that's why. But I do intend to LP them. I'd probably, once I'm done with the Final Fantasy IV LP, hopefully I'll be done with Seiken Densetsu 3 by then, and I'll be able to start on the interlude and the after years as my next side LP, or maybe something else in between, but, you know what I mean. Soon enough, viewers, soon enough. But, so that's what I would want to do with them. With the interlude, I figure, I'll just attach it to the after years LP, and, if people want to watch it, great. If not, they can just wait a week until I'm done with the interlude. There's really not much to it. It's a few hours, and I think it explains, one plot point or something like that, but nothing major. If you want to skip it, it's not a huge loss. So, H.C. Bailey, why don't you LP the DS version of the game, because it's so different? And I have seriously thought about that. I really do love the DS version of the game, just how they flesh out the story and the voice acting, and they put so much effort into that remake. I really love it, but I want to have a proper LP for most people who are playing Final Fantasy IV or Final Fantasy II on the Super Nintendo, or, if you download it on the Wii, you can download it that way. It's called Final Fantasy II, because that's well, when it was released in the United States. That was the second one. It's the only version of the game that I've never bought. I've bought every other version of the game that was commercially released in the United States. So that's, what, 5 times? Yeah, they've made a lot of remakes of this game, but, well, there you go. But, yeah, my new computer is able to handle recording Final Fantasy IV. I put like $2,000 into it, so I got solid-state hard drives, way more powerful processor, and a lot of RAM and everything like that. And I'm barely able to keep up with it without getting slowed down or lag. It's pretty intense for the computer. So it uses up a lot of system resources. So, well, that's why. But yeah, I do want to LP the DS version someday. Probably not in the near future, though. I'd probably want to finish, say, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy XII. Speaking of Final Fantasy X, I'm waiting for the HD version to come out before I LP that. If Final Fantasy 13-2 is good, I might LP that. Who knows? So far, it looks good to me, but obviously I haven't played it yet, so I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. H.C. Bailey, how are you going to record this with your PSP game? Are you using an emulator, or what's going on with that? And the answer is no. I am recording it directly from the PSP. One of the nice things about it, compared to the Nintendo DS, is that I have an AV cable that you can connect the PSP to your TV. The only drawback of it, though, is that when it displays on your TV, let's say my resolution is 1280 by 720, but the resolution of the PSP is 640 by 480. Well, it's still only going to take up that much space on your TV there. It's not going to take up the whole screen. At least to my knowledge, I don't know of a way to stretch it to the whole screen. If you know, let me know. But so what I'm doing is I'm plugging my PSP into my HD PVR that I spent $200 on, and well, I figure I paid the money for it. I might as well use it again. So plug it in there, plug that into my computer, and it records just great like that. And then what I do is I crop the video to get rid of all the black around the edge of the video, and then upscale it, and there you go. And I've already done a test recording of it. I didn't upload it, but I tested it, and it works fine. So I figured, yeah, that'll work out great. And last question, I think, are you planning to redo any other Let's Play series? And, well, I've already done Arcana, as you know. That was more of a incomplete LP, not so much a redo. And, yeah, there was Seiken Densetsu 3, which, I'm just starting on that one. I don't really so much consider that a redo as an extension of the original LP, because obviously I'm doing more, or I'm showing different parts of the storyline this time around. I'm doing a totally different party and everything like that, different battle mechanics, so I consider that different in a way. As far as other games I might redo, as far as like the video quality goes, pretty much anything before Final Fantasy V would theoretically be eligible in my book, but I still don't think I'd redo anything else from them. If I were, probably remakes. I would do, like, say, Final Fantasy 1, or maybe Sword of Mana as a remake to Final Fantasy Adventure. So, though, I mean, they're not high on my consideration list, let's just put it that way. As for anything else that I might do, probably the most likely thing that I would do would be, say, bonus episodes to the original LPs of, well, the bonus content in the remakes. Like Final Fantasy 1, I could... Well, no, let's not use that. Let's say Final Fantasy V, for example. I love the Game Boy Advance version of the game. And I could play through the game and then make bonus episodes of the bonus content in the Game Boy Advance version of the game, instead of doing a full redo. So that way I'm not going over all the exact same content again. So that might be a possibility. The reason why I wouldn't want to do that, and haven't done that up to now, is because I'd have to play the entire game a few times just for a handful of episodes for bonus content. So it's like, yeah, not really motivated to do something like that. But it is something that I have thought about. I'm kind of running out of ideas for side LPs. When I say a side LP, I mean like for the most part, I usually like to keep them relatively short games, like Crystallis, Arcana, Link to the Past, things like that. I mean, I've got some other ones that I'm interested in, but I'm starting to kind of run out of those. So I might consider a project like that when I run out of shorter games that I want to LP like that. I've also thought about maybe doing an abridged redo LP, like say Final Fantasy VII, maybe just redo the boss fights for that game, like a boss fight series, because I only did one test run on the game. I think it was reasonably thorough enough, but maybe I could have done things differently or whatever. I am actually kind of interested in playing that again, but I've just got so much on my plate right now. 2012 is looking really good. We got Final Fantasy 13-2. Let's see, Ni no Kuni. That one looks really good. What was the other? Oh, yeah, Xenoblade. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot Xenoblade for a second there. Sorry. But, yeah, I am very much interested in those three. So, yeah, 2012 is looking really good for console JRPGs. Hopefully they're as good as they've been made out to be. So, I hope you've enjoyed this first blog video for HC Bailey. And maybe I'll do more in the future. Maybe not. I don't know. Just something I thought I'd do for a nice New Year's celebration. And, well, we'll see where it goes. Maybe I'll do a once a week sort of thing, or once a month, or maybe I'll never do it again. I don't know. But, well, we'll see how it goes. This is HC Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.